My name is Osoro, and I was born and raised in Kisii County 28 years ago, 28 years old now. I was born in Kenya, and I studied in the Kenyan schools, the normal schools. By profession, I'm a lawyer, and I have some basic accounts training. But then besides that, like, before you even talk about the profession, I grew up an orphan. I lost my parents at the age of 9 years, within a span of 4 months. One died, then within 4 months, the other one followed. And that is, I struggled a lot, and that is how life started now. I really struggled. I've been in the streets. I've also moved from town to town in search of relatives to help me. Once you lock horns with one, you move to the other one. In primary school, I could say I studied more than 5 schools, and even in high school, because of several issues of, you know, when you lose parents, you really struggle in terms of stability, stabilizing your life, finances, and putting it straight. Yes. But then I eventually got myself up, because when I got one uncle who helped me finish primary school, I was called to high school. Then high school, I lacked school fees. I stopped again going to school. I became a I started working in a sugarcane plantation. Then I also started opening some home kiosks. We call them hotels at home, selling mandazis and tea at 5 shillings.
And all this you were doing on your own?
I was doing on my own.
You were just venturing and trying to look for something to earn a living?
You know, the problems were really pushing me. I mean, what do I do? I need to earn a living. Nobody wanted me. Most relatives, you know, had their commitments. There's only one uncle who really wanted to help us. But unfortunately, even after helping us, after some time, he also got issues. He got arrested and detained on some business deals that he was engaged in. And then again, life took a back. So really, it was, what do I do for myself? I became a welder, you know, because some people I could tell me, okay, I can't take you to school, but at least I can give you something to do. That's how I started getting trained on welding. So in 4 years in high school, I really struggled. I schooled, I think, 4 or 5 terms in the whole of 4 years, because I could move from school to school. Actually, the last school I did my KCSE is not there. It closed down. I don't have a former school because after we were very few. So after we finished, I think the school got closed. I went there and found residential houses and some hospital nets.
Okay, so you finished your school, and did you go? You said you're a lawyer by profession, yes. So you went to university?
No. Later, law came quite, you know,
later
after
in the
some time, because I finished high school at 17. When then I came to Nairobi, like any other person, because
looking for greener pastures.
Yes, but initially before I came to Nairobi, I taught some schools within Kisii County, you know, some schools, earning some money. Then I came to Nairobi looking for greener pastures. I was supposed to join UON to do education, but I could not. I mean, my passion wasn't there, like, to do education. So I started doing some business. The first thing I did is to become a newspaper vendor. I sold standard newspapers for some time. Our offices.
What, like on the streets you just go, these guys?
Yes, and we used to make a lot of money along Bunyala Road. I used to sell 500 to 1,000 newspapers. We were getting 5 shillings per piece. And I think the record is clear even in these offices that I was doing sales, real sales. And I was making 5 shillings per every paper. Then the papers were going for 35 shillings, 30, 35, yes. So every newspaper, 5 shillings. And I could sell so many. I made money. You know, my focus was, how do I move sales? I got a lot of grants in the matatu industry. And then I took myself to Strathmore to do CPA first, because I never wanted to do education. So I started by doing CPA. At Strathmore, I registered, and I could sell newspapers in the morning and go back to class sometimes later. So I lacked school fees. I became just a private student. So that is how I grew gradually. I started again selling clothes. You know, I could buy clothes, wake up very early in the morning, buy clothes at Gekosh very early in the morning, then iron them very nice. and sell them in the, in their offices. You know, those clothes are imported. They are not local, yeah? So I was